Okay, so today we're talking about how writers make careful decisions about what to take out or trash, take out of a story for readers to better understand their big ideas. Sometimes we put things in that we need to take out. We kind of talked about that yesterday with Carter's example, right? We talked a lot about things that he wanted to treasure, but we also talked about some things that we wanted to take out. So today, I'm going to show you a copy of somebody's work. This is from a boy, age 12, who lives in New Jersey. And he wrote about Christmas. And it's, you can tell, really long. Okay? So I'm going to read just a part of it to you, and we're going to decide together if there's anything we should take out. Now, he wrote about Christmas. Jarrett, come scoot over a little bit, please. He wrote about Christmas and about his memory of Christmas. It's a personal narrative. And I want you to be thinking about it like a writer and think about maybe what he should take out. Okay, here's the start. It starts like this. Bang! My dream was smashed into smithereens just after I had received a thought. My eyelids rapidly opened, allowing my eyes to see my surrounding environment. The first thing that I spotted was the light coming from the digital clock. Now, he's using really big words, isn't he? What if we took out, now I don't know if I can write on this part. No, oh yeah I can. My eyelids rapidly opened, following my eyes to see the surrounding environment. Let's take that out and see how it sounds without that. Maybe it's too much wording. Sometimes we can be too wordy. I don't know. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bang! My dream was smashed into smithereens just after I had received a thought. The first thing that I spotted was the light coming from the digital clock.
Yeah.
Does that sound better?
Yeah.
It's not so much wordiness. Okay, let's keep going. Its bright luster enabled me to read the time represented on the clock. What if we took off represented on the clock? Do you think that's kind of wordy? Let's see how it sounds now. The first thing I noticed, its bright luster enabled me to read the time. Does that sound better?
Yeah.
It read 3:46. My eyes opened even wider as my jaw dropped almost to touch my slim neck. What the holy cow? Just as I was going to run into my hall to acquire my Christmas present just beneath my well-decorated and surprisingly well-illuminated Christmas tree, my sister announced, "It is underneath your pillow," in a soft drone barely audible. Okay, now think like a reader right now.
That's long.
I know. Think like a reader. What could we take out that might help him? I mean, as a reader, we can't, it's kind of wordy, isn't it? What do you think, Kyle?
How you start this Christmas tree, maybe?
Okay, Jarrett, put the paper down, please. Thank you. In front of you. There you go. So let's look at that part again. Sometimes we have to read things over and over, don't we? What the holy cow? Just as I was going to run into my hall to acquire my Christmas present, just beneath my well-decorated, surprisingly well-illuminated Christmas tree. What if we take out surprisingly well-illuminated?
Yeah.
Take that out. My sister announced, it is underneath your pillow, in a soft drone barely audible. Let's take that out too. Now let's try that sentence again. Just as I was going to run into my hall to acquire my Christmas present just below my well-decorated Christmas tree. He uses just a couple times. That sounds funny, doesn't it? My sister announced, it's underneath your pillow. Can we take a little more out? Just as I was going to run into my hall to acquire my Christmas present just beneath my well-decorated Christmas tree. Acquire my Christmas present beneath my Christmas tree.
You crossed out mine.
I know. My sister announced, it's underneath your pillow. Let's try that. Just as I was going to run into my hall to acquire my Christmas present beneath the Christmas tree, we could say the. My sister announced, it is underneath your pillow. Does that sound better?
Uh-huh.
Instead of using all those other words that he had in there. So his is kind of wordy. that's a situation where he's taking out parts that really take away from us as readers being able to understand his message, what he's really trying to say. You might take away a phrase in your writing. You might take away a whole sentence. You might take away a paragraph if it takes away from the meaning, and it makes it really hard for your readers to understand. Should we try one more? Let's see. Oh, if I move it, it's going to move that. There we go. Do that. I violently grabbed my plush pillow and pelted it toward the door leading out to the hallway. My heart alighted with happiness. My whole body was immobilized due to the overwhelming joy for a few seconds, just broke free because of how, I don't know that word, I was opening and playing the amazing Ratchet Deadlocked Deepa Wake Up, I called. Let's see.
Get the whole paragraph.
I violently grabbed my plush pillow and pelted it toward the door leading out to the hallway.
I think you should
What if we take out,
towards the hallway.
what if we take out violently? I grabbed my plush pillow and pelted it toward the door leading out to the hallway. Even just taking out that one word, does that make a difference for you as a reader? Does it sound better? My whole body was immobilized due to overwhelming joy for a few seconds, but broke free because of how agog I was and opening, agog I was and opening and playing the amazing Ratchet. You know what it sounds like to me? I'm thinking, this writer is 12 years old. Maybe he's just extremely gifted and has this amazing vocabulary, or maybe he went into Microsoft Word and changed all these words by using the thesaurus in Word. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it makes it sound like hard to read, doesn't it? When you have all those adverbs and all those different descriptions. Gabby?
Well, I think that, you should take out, the leading out to the hallway. I got my plush pillow and pelted it toward the door.
Okay, yeah, there's lots of work we could do on this, isn't there? I want you to think about, if we go back to this thought here about taking out parts of your story. I want you to think about your readers today, and as you're working on your writing, on your narratives, I want you to think about what parts you might take out so that it's not confusing, kind of like that one was. So, are there any parts that you're thinking of right now in your narrative that you could take out that are maybe a little too wordy? Some of you are kind of shaking your head yes. Okay. I want you to just quickly turn and talk to your neighbor about what you might take out and what else you're going to work on in writing today.
Stuff that you don't really care about. I'm just going to
Okay, does everyone have a good plan? Sure. Heard some good thinking going on. What are you going to do first? Read what you have so far. You might need to finish up. Some of you I know are still working on the ends of your rough drafts. But as you're rereading, look for those parts that you can take out that might not be necessary, that maybe are too wordy or take away from meaning, and you're thinking your readers, your audience that you're going to have might get confused. So think about that as you're reading today over your writing. We have a good amount of time to work, and I'll come in conference with some of you as you're writing today.